Go ahead and get started. Representative Ballantyne, we're going to go ahead and get started if that's okay. Excellent. First, let me welcome Todd Rutherford and all the other members of Ways and Means. Thank you all very much for coming today. You can see the agenda on the tablet today. I anticipate we will not be here very long today. We have some more work to do this afternoon on the lines, the numbers. Then we'll reconvene tomorrow morning. Current plan is at 10 o'clock. We'll recede to the call of the chair in case we need additional time, but hopefully we will not. We'll be able to get out of here at some reasonable time tomorrow. I want to thank the subcommittees for your work so far. I know y'all have been meeting nonstop, trying to get all your budgets together and meet with your agencies, and the work you're doing is very much appreciated and very valuable part of this process. Right now, the budget debate will be on the House floor the week of March the 11th. That's the current plan, subject to change at the other end of the hall. Anticipated today, we're hoping to get through the non-dollar provisos. We'll go through each subcommittee and adopt those one at a time. If you have a proviso you want to pull, just say so. We'll still adopt the packet with that proviso pulled. And then we'll talk about the provisos that are pulled, and then we'll go back through and deal with the amendments that are on the desk one at a time from first to last. I think we have 10 right now, amendments to deal with. The meeting room which we'll use tomorrow when we break out in our subcommittees to adopt lines is on the tablet. That's not, and it will be on the website as soon as we get it to load.
It's out there.
It is out there. It may change, though. It will change, or it may change.
One room will change.
One room will change, but we're not going to tell you which one it is. So refer to the website to figure out what that is. For those of you watching at home, as we move through these things, it should load. What's on the screen is also on the website. If anybody is in the hallway and doesn't have room to see the screens, you can pull it up on your tablets. Okay, first thing is the serial 1. This is okay. This is the document that we adopt every year. It states the revenue base that we're working from. It gives instructions on how to technically prepare the bill and grants staff that technical authority. As you can see, the BEA has projected approximately $12.2 billion in recurring general fund revenue. Of that, $673.1 million is our new recurring revenue estimate. We have $390 million from the Capital Reserve Fund, $57 million in the Contingency Reserve Fund, and $448 million for the undesignated, unreserved fiscal year 21-22 funds. So that's a total of $896 million non-recurring dollars. So the pending question is adoption of Serial 1. Representative Cobb Hunter.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. If I may ask, what happened to the $700 or $800 million we had in a rate that we held over from last year? Is that reflected in either the non-recurring or the recurring revenue?
You're talking about?
I'm talking about the money we didn't spend last year out of that $2 billion surplus. We spent about 1.2 or so. I thought we had about 700 plus million that we set aside. I'm just curious as to where that's reflected in these numbers I'm looking at.
So the 2023, 2024 undesignated or unreserved funds is the total of the funds that are available.
Non-recurring.
That would have been non-recurring, that aren't capital reserve or contingency reserve. So if you're talking about a fund, not unspent money, that's in that 448.
Thank you.
All right, pending question is adoption of Serial 1. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. All right, that takes us to the proviso subcommittee recommendations. I said this, but say it again. If you want to deal with a specific proviso or talk about it, ask to pull it when we get to it. Then we'll circle back around and talk about those after we've gone through all the subcommittees. The first subcommittee is Public Education. Representative Whitmire, are there any provisos anyone wants to pull on public education?
Mr. Chairman, I don't have any to pull. I would move to adopt, but I do know that Representative Hayes would like to pull one.
Representative Hayes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to pull 1.50, please.
Do you know what page that's on? By any chance? Okay, any other provisos to pull on public education? Representative Hayes, will you tell me the title of the proviso you're pulling? Is it 1.49? Yeah. Yes, sir. So we'll pull 1.49 on page 4, Interscholastic Athletic Association dues.
Mr. Chairman, I'll just be dealing with 8 through 11 there, just about some transparency stuff with the league.
Yes, sir. All right, any other from the Public Education Subcommittee? All right, Representative Whitmire moves to adopt the Public Education Subcommittee recommendations on provisos. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Next is Higher Education. Representative Ballantyne.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We would like to just pull 2 that we have amendments on. First one would be 117.15, and the second would be 11.8. Move to adopt the others.
All right, anyone else want to pull any other provisos? Hearing none, the motion is to adopt the packet or the proviso recommendations. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. All right, that takes us to healthcare. Representative Herb Kirschman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, we do have 2 amendments, but we have none to pull. 2 amendments, none to pull, so move to adopt.
All right, anybody want to pull any other provisos or talk about in healthcare? Hearing none, Representative Herb Kirschman moves to adopt the proviso packet for healthcare. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. That'll take us to economic development. Representative Stavronakis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, first let me thank Representative Weeks and Representative Hyde for their hard work on the subcommittee, and also Abby for her amazing work. We have none to pull and would move for passage of the packet.
Does anybody have any other provisos in the economic development subcommittee they want to pull? All right, hearing none, Representative Stavronakis moves to adopt proviso packet for economic development. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. That takes us to Representative Lowe, criminal justice.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We do not have any to pull. Move to adopt the package.
Does anybody have any provisos they want to pull in criminal justice? Pending motion is to adopt the proviso packet for criminal justice. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Transportation and Regulatory Subcommittee, Representative Crawford.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have no provisos to pull, and I move adoption.
All right, anybody have any provisos they want to pull from transportation and regulation? Hearing none, pending question is adoption of the proviso recommendations from transportation and regulatory. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. That takes us to the Constitutional Subcommittee. Representative Murphy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have none to pull, and we would move for adoption.
All right, anybody have any provisos they want to pull in the Constitutional Subcommittee? The pending question then is adoption of the proviso packet from the Constitutional Subcommittee. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. All right, so we come back then to public education. Representative Whitmire, we'll take the ones we pulled up first. So Representative Hayes, I think you got the first one, 1.49. You sorry, we'll skip over that one. and go to the next one, which is, you want to talk about what it is while it's getting ready?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
All it does is just clarifies that this transparency is all on the state level, and it doesn't go all the way down to the local level, to the local schools for like roll call voting and things of that nature. It's a pretty simple amendment to it.
And you have an amendment you're going to offer as soon as it's ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so we'll skip over that and come back. What's the next proviso? I didn't. 11.8. 11.8. Who pulled it? Representative Ballantyne.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. What this amendment does, this is related, this is under the Commission of Higher Ed. It's related to need-based grants for our foster youth. All this simply does is it changes the maximum award amount to match what was done in regulation in 2022 from $2,500 to $3,500. And because they're foster kids, it allows them to still get a benefit $2,000 above that.
So Representative Ballantyne, 11.8 is an amendment. You didn't mean to pull that since it's not in your packet. Is that right?
That is correct. Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me just we'll go back
I
through the
apologize.
amendments. That's okay, I've got out of order.
That's all right.
Are there other provisos that were pulled? All right, 117, and raise your hand if you pulled it. Representative Ballantyne, is an amendment as well? Okay.
Correct. You ready for me
Yes.
again?
Nope.
Mr. Chairman, tell me what you want me to do and I'll do it.
Here's, so, if there's an existing proviso, we didn't actually pull, were any of yours existing provisos?
No, they were not. No,
All
sir.
right, so in that case, then we've adopted all the existing provisos subject to one amendment for Coach Hayes. So now we'll go to amendment number 1, which I think we do have.
Yes, it's coming up.
Maybe.
It's coming. Give me a chance.
Representative Crawford has amendment number 1. This is an amendment to the provisos. Representative Crawford.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In 2014, Act 121 abolished the Budget and Control Board and created the Department of Admin. That legislation transferred the components of the Office of Executive Policy and Programs from the Governor's Office to Admin. So this proviso is one of the final steps, as it would transfer the Division of Small and Minority Business Contracting and Certification to the Commission for Minority Affairs. I would move adoption.
Anybody have any questions about Representative Crawford's amendment? All right, pending question is adoption of Amendment 1. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Amendment 1 is adopted. That takes us to Amendment 2, which is Representative Crawford.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This proviso has been in place since 2022, and it is our intention to fund the commission with general fund dollars this year, so the proviso would no longer be needed.
All right, any questions about
So I would move
Amendment
that we
number
would
2?
delete this proviso.
That will delete a proviso. Hearing no questions, the pending question is adoption of Amendment 2. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. That takes us to Amendment number 3. Representative Cobb Hunter.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This amendment grows out of a testimony before our subcommittee around the area of the cybersecurity. And this one is being proposed to allow the Citadel to create a cyber coordination center. And the goal of this was just so that we could get our arms wrapped around all of these cybersecurity. Everybody seems to be into it and have one. And it pretty much puts the Citadel as the driver of this in coordination with CHE. And what we're asking is that CHE kind of work with the Citadel to do an assessment of where all of these various cybersecurity programs are. And based on their expertise, the goal is for them to be able to provide us with clues, roadmaps, whatever, so that we can develop a cybersecurity workforce. And I'd be happy to respond to any questions if there are any, but the proviso is pretty self-explanatory. The role of CHE is critical because during our subcommittee meeting, we really were concerned about duplication of efforts and just making sure that we didn't have everybody out there trying to do this. We are aware of the program at USC Aiken. Mr. Taylor was very clear that that is an effective program. We're not interested in having any programs that are affected be affected by being affected by this. But I'll stop and see if there are any questions and would encourage my colleagues, Mr. Taylor and Mr. Chairman Ballantyne, if I missed something based on our conversation at the subcommittee hearing.
Any questions for Representative Cobb Hunter regarding the Citadel Cyber Coordination Center?
Mr. Chairman.
Representative Clapper. Hold on one second. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Representative Cobb Hunter, so does that mean that Citadel would be the headquarters, or it be a nuclear center for all of the cyber security?
They would pretty much be the core. I won't say headquarters because that's not a part of the conversation we had, but they would be the leaders of generating all of this and corralling all of the entities that are out there now and kind of giving us direction about a roadmap of where we need to be going. And the real key for those of us on the subcommittee was the opportunity to incentivize this or monetize this, if you will. So they would be in charge, I guess. Yes, sir.
So no dilute of Aiken's establishment at all?
No, sir. Mr. Taylor was very adamant and protective of USC Aiken, and the Citadel is aware of what is going on at USC Aiken. This is in no way meant to disturb what's happening at USC Aiken, at Denmark Tech, and at some of the other entities that are already engaged in the cyberspace. So what they are doing is pretty much just kind of saying, okay, who's out there? What are y'all doing? Let's all work together. Where do we go from here, kind of thing.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's clear enough.
Yes, sir. Representative Taylor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Cobb Hunter, I guess I hadn't seen this before, so I wasn't aware it was coming. Maybe that's my oversight, so apologize for that. I've been in. I appreciate where you're going with this. I'm not sure this is exactly the wording that we need. So I've had some discussions, and I've had discussions just last week, and then we were proposing this week and next to have more discussions to bring a core group together of the Citadel, USC Aiken, USC, Clemson, just for a working group to talk about this and to see how it could best be done. So there was a real understanding. My intent for this is that the word headquarters would never be used. Look, the Citadel's very good about understand. First of all, I love their military approach. Representative Murphy, they get her done, and they get her done fast. So I'm good with that because we need an overview of this. In committee, we had often said, you know, there's cyber here, cyber there, cyber this, cyber that, and we needed to kind of figure out where everybody pieces it together. And the Citadel was great in providing us a chart of how that all fit together, more or less. So it was just a matter of I guess where I am on this, Representative Cobb Hunter, is just I'm not sure this is quite the answer. In other words, in the words. So I will. I sort of remain to be. It can be either amended as we go down the road on this whole thing or whatever. The spirit is correct. We do need to have oversight. In other words, not oversight, coordination. So we have the oversight. This committee knows where everything is and where we're spending our money correctly. That's the whole point of all of this. Thank you.
Representative Murphy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I was just going to make an observation and ask for unanimous consent. Anytime you name the Citadel, the T is capitalized in the... Just an observation.
Representative Cobb Hunter.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Murphy, thank you for that. Are you serious? Is it really?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, duly noted, and we will make that correction and try not to make that mistake again. In response to my colleague, Mr. Taylor, and you're right, in terms of the spirit of this, one of the things, Mr. Taylor, that I think you are aware of, and I'll point out to the rest of the committee, this proviso has a lot of interest from the speaker as well as from some of our former colleagues, Representative Delaney in particular. And so what I would encourage us to do is to not be caught up in the perfection of the amendment, understanding that the process is at the initial phase. There will be opportunities for us to work with the groups, Mr. Taylor, that you talked about. But I would encourage us to go ahead and pass this proviso with the understanding that it may need additional work. But I think it's important for all of those, not just the Citadel, but the other higher ed institutions who have expressed an interest in working with them on this, for us to at least move the ball down the road, if that makes sense. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Representative Ballantyne.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to add to that the saying that goes, "Don't let perfect be the enemy of good." I've listened to both my colleagues, as y'all have as well. I think the intent is the direction that we need to go for the state, and I think that we are going to head that direction. Whether the language is exactly what we need to fall on right now or not, I'm not sure, but at the appropriate time, I think we could move this forward. Perhaps the entities can get together before we get to the House floor. And certainly this is something we talked about, maybe not being in a proviso ultimately, but ultimately being legislation that we need to codify for the state at the appropriate time. But right now, I would like us, if we take the vote, to move this forward.
All right, one more question, Representative Taylor.
Well, no question, but just a comment. I agree with my colleagues in the Higher Ed Subcommittee. It just that I do think it needs some perfection, and I'm not the guy that wants to hold it back to get perfection, but I think we'll have to look at it a little more closely down the road. So I'll be in favor of this.
And Mr. Chair, if I may.
Representative Cobb Hunter.
And Mr. Taylor, thank you so much for that. I would encourage you, of course, we've got our top-notch staffer, Terica Staggers, and so if you would share with her the groups that you're working with, I'm pretty sure between you and Terica that you will come up with something that is language that we all can appreciate and live with. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Representative Cobb Hunter. All right, so to clear it up, Representative Murphy asked for unanimous consent to allow staff to change the T and the Citadel to be capitalized throughout the document. Is there an objection? Hearing none, the staff will make that technical change. That takes us to the pending question, which is adoption of Amendment 3. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. The next amendment is by Representative Ballantyne, Amendment Number 4.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This amendment is, 117.15, allowance for residences and compensation restrictions. Y'all, all this really does is helps out Francis Marion. It adds them to a list of schools that are permitted to allow certain employees to live in university-owned residence. This is not designed to be a full-time thing. This is mainly for temporary or transition employees that are coming into the area, or in the possibility of when they might need a residence life director, kind of like an RH back in the day when we were all in school. Move for passage. Happy to answer any questions if y'all have any.
Anybody have any questions for Representative Ballantyne? Hearing none, the pending question is adoption of Amendment 4. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. For those of you reading the amendment, there may be some technical changes to bring that into alignment with the grammar requirements of the English language. All right, the next amendment is Amendment Number 5 by Bannister. I will turn over the chair to Representative Cobb Hunter.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The chair recognizes Chair Bannister.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. So this amendment would allow the Executive Budget Office to remove old unfilled positions as part of their duties managing the number of FTEs of the state. We currently have 13,000 vacancies across the state that have been vacant for more than 3 years. The idea is to take those FTEs that appear to be permanently vacated and take those off the rolls. Y'all know we have a constitutional limit on the number of FTEs. We're nowhere close to that, but there is a limit, and we do kind of follow that from a state government standpoint. Agencies can move 2% of out of personnel services to operating each year. This would just help us clean up how we do budgeting in South Carolina. So I would ask that you vote in favor of amendment number 5.
You've heard the chair describe the amendment. Any questions? One question, Mr. Chairman, from me. So now, these FTEs that we are doing away with, what happens to the salaries, Mr. Chair? I hear you saying that there is some discretion on the part of some, but what happens to the monies
So,
associated with these positions?
The only thing that we would be doing with this proviso is removing those FTEs, the authorization of those FTEs. There wouldn't be an adjustment to funding yet.
Okay, at the appropriate time when there's an adjustment to the funding, I would hope that we are going to encourage our managers to use any revenue that might be left over to reward state employees who are doing the work.
I'm sure there'd be an opportunity for this committee to encourage them to do such a thing.
Thank you so much. Any further questions? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of adoption of this amendment, please signify by saying aye. Opposed, abstentions, the ayes have it. The chair returns the chair to the chairman.
Thank you, Representative Cobb Hunter. That takes us to amendment number 6. Representative Herb Kurtzman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This goes in section 33. It's Department of Health and Human Services. It's 33.dlpr. And this establishes that DHHS will review the rates of the local healthcare providers of the Department of Disabilities and Special Needs. The annual review will include benefit increase too, and make those equivalent to those received by the state FTEs.
Thank you, Representative Herb Kurtzman. Anybody have any questions about amendment number 6? Hearing no questions, the pending question is adoption of amendment 6. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. That takes us to amendment number 7. Again,
The one I was excited
Representative
about
Valentine.
earlier.
Yes, sir.
I'm back
Tried
with
to
this
cut
one.
in line.
All right, in case y'all weren't paying attention earlier, this one deals with needs-based grants for our foster youth that are awards of the state, if you will. So what this simply does is it changes the maximum award amount from $2,500 to $3,500 for all eligible students, and that was done via regulation in 2022. But it also amends the language so that the foster youth can still receive that in addition to maintaining the $2,000 that's available to them for being a foster student.
anybody have any questions regarding amendment number 7? Hearing no questions, the pending question is adoption of amendment 7. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. That takes us to amendment number 8. Representative Herb Kurtzman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a pretty simple one. This is for the, just in general provisos for the mental health transportation. It just updates the fiscal year reference so SFA can issue the report. Move for adoption.
Thank you, Representative Herb Kurtzman. Pending question is adoption of amendment 8. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. That takes us to amendment number 9. Representative Cobb Hunter.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chairman, this is an amendment which does some, let me carry that one over, if I may. Let me carry that one over.
All right, is yours
We'll
ready?
do
Representative Hayes, your amendment ready? Not yet. We'll go to number 10. Taylor doesn't? Gotcha. This is Representative Taylor's amendment. Representative Taylor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a fairly simple one. Doesn't involve any money. It just involves a little oversight. Our state agencies ask for grants from the federal government, and yet, and they are given, and yet we don't know from a legislative standpoint what strings are attached, what requirements go with it. This one just simply says that as they have a grant awarded to them from federal government or anyone else, that they have to report to Ways and Means and Senate Finance within 30 days. The matching funds that went with that, so how those monies were used, state monies, but also what commitments and requirements those grants have. Again, it's just information that we probably should have, and I would move for passage.
Anybody have any questions for Representative Taylor? Representative Rutherford.
Reluctantly, Representative Taylor, occurs to me like highway funds and some of the things that DOT may have to comply with, they now would have to take to make a list of all the things that they have to do, or alcohol age restrictions, that kind of thing, and send that to us. Is there a precedent for it? Are they prepared to do it, or is it going to become one of those things where potentially some of these agencies don't realize what this is going to do to them? Do you understand what I'm asking?
Oh, sure, I do.
And I'm with you, I agree.
Yeah, I just think we ought to know. And so, they know what the requirements are. They've written the grant application. They've gotten the information back. And when it's awarded, maybe they can just put that in a memo or some form to send it over here so we can take a look at it and sort of know what's going on. They're often using our matching money to get that. So I found that in discussion with legislators in other states that this is sort of one of those things that most states don't look at, and we should. And we just have the knowledge, that's all. I'm not trying to make work for people, but gosh, we have legislative oversight committees, both in the House and the Senate. This is just one of those oversight issues.
Okay.
Any other? Representative Howard.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This appeared to be becoming too bureaucratic, putting additional burden on staff, even our staff, to do that's already doing things that's very important. We talk about not making things bureaucratic, but it appeared to be bureaucratic. And as Representative Rutherford indicated, that someone may not know that this is something that they need to do, and because other states are doing it, doesn't make it the right thing to do. That's my comments.
All right, any other questions? Pending question then is adoption of Amendment 10. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Number 10 is adopted. That takes us to Amendment number 11. Representative Cobb Hunter.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, this is something that was just brought to our attention this morning, and it's pretty simple. It doesn't do anything other than transfer funds. What it does, and the State Board for Technical Education has signed off on it. It involves Denmark Tech, and what it is allowing is for them to transfer from existing funds about $2.2 million from their maintenance account to cover academic and workforce programmatic needs. I would be happy to answer any questions. We'll move for adoption.
Anybody have any questions on Amendment number 11? Representative Newton.
Just a quick question, Ms. Cobb-Hunter. Is this funds that we've given them over the years that have just built up in their capital request, or is this like a separate kind of capital account?
Thank you for that question, Mr. Newton. These are funds that they have very meticulously built up over several years, trying to get enough for a new building. And of course, at the cost of construction today, they still need to, unless this committee sees fit to do otherwise, bless their heart, they are going to be just scraping and saving and scraping and saving. But this is, to answer your question, this is from years and years of saving.
Perfect. Just wanted to make sure. Thank
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any other questions on Amendment number 11? All right, all those in favor of Amendment number 11 say aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. I think there may be a couple of amendments to take up tomorrow. Representative Cobb Hunter, you want to table your amendment?
I don't want to table it. I want to take it up tomorrow. So I'd like to carry it over if that is proper, because I'm not interested in tabling it.
Representative Cobb Hunter moves to adjourn debate on Amendment
Adjourn debate.
9 until tomorrow.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
All right, that takes us through the amendments and through the proviso packet, subcommittee recommendations and adoptions. So it is my intent now to adjourn to the call of the chair, which would be 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. And I need to meet with the sub-chairs as soon as we're done. So we are in recess. Thank you all for being here.